When I gave up sugar, and I was very clearly addicted to sugar. My whole life, my mom has said to me, like, "Hey, why can't you just have one muffin?" And I have said to her, like, uh, "I don't know, but it just doesn't work like that for me." She can have literally bags of Oreos in her house, and I'll go back 3 weeks later, and they're still there. I don't know how she could do that. For me, it was just not that way. I had battled the sugar addiction for a really long time. Most of, I'd say, my adult life when I realized I was having a sugar addiction. I'd take out the sugar and substitute in bread. Just say, Amy, you can have as much bread as you want to, which typically I didn't eat a whole lot of. Just get off the sugar. And, 6 weeks later, I'd be clean from sugar, maybe 8 weeks. And then I'd start taking off the bread. And then I'd, make it whatever, 12 weeks. And then a birthday would come up. Or I'd get stressed or a holiday. And or somebody made something for me. Ooh, that's a toughie when, your aunt makes a cake for you to say thank you, no thank you. And I'd have just one bite. And then 2 days later, it was like, "Well, a piece won't hurt me. I mean, I don't ever eat it anymore. Must not." Well, you know how that story goes. I've told it several times on this podcast. It didn't take long, maybe 3 days, before I was going to the Harris Teeter and buying the 6-pack of the big chocolate chip cookies, and they didn't last 24 hours. I I was stuck struggling, you know, to choose not having sugar. And for that, I really did end up actually using 12 steps to help me get rid of sugar. If you're not familiar with 12 steps, Google it. 12-step recovery programs. They're fantastic. And when you look at the 12 steps, um, from a perspective of just straight up behavioral change, priceless. Those 12 steps are priceless. I'm not sure they can be beat when you look at behavioral change. So for me, giving up sugar required not only choice, but surrender. I didn't have to surrender to alcohol when I gave it up, but I sure enough had to surrender to sugar and my powerlessness over the cookies and the cakes and the Butterfingers. And Lord help me, somebody brought Krispy Kreme donuts into church last night and I could smell them. And I'm like, girl, you better turn around, go back over there to your seat. Oh, it was really funny. It's funny. And it's been almost 2 years for me that I've had a cookie, a cake, a candy, a hot and now donut, any of those things, maple syrup, honey. It's been almost a couple years, but it took more than just choice. So when we talk about healthful choices that you might want to make that have addictive qualities, tobacco, alcohol, any of your illicit drugs, caffeine. Caffeine's one I've been really for the last few years like, oh, I don't know. Do I want to give up caffeine? Yes. Is it the right time? I'm not sure yet. Right. Any of those things, the habits that have addictive qualities, I want to just say right now, if you're addicted to a substance, a caffeine, an alcohol, a nicotine, whatever it is, a person, probably going to need a little extra help. And I would suggest that you not spend decades in the cycle of, I can give it up for a little while, but then I go back. And when I go back hard, and then it gets out of control. And then I give it up for a little while, and then I go back hard, and then it's out of control, and it's in control of me. And I feel bad about myself, and I wonder why I can't do this, and everybody else can do this, and what's wrong with me? Why am I choosing to do this? That's such a painful, painful place to be. And I've even been there with caffeine. especially when the children were young. Um, I loved my coffee, and I loved it so much that I'd have palpitations at night and think, well, I just need to dial back a little bit. There are times that we're going to choose that thing and it's kind of beyond us and we need some help around it. So give yourself some grace when you realize that pattern of I can go without, and then I have a little. And once I have a little, I have a lot. And then once I have a lot, I lose control and it's actually in control of me and I don't want to give it up, but I know I need to give it up and I'm having the spiral. If you recognize that pattern, go get help. It's okay. It's a different beast.